Let's look at some of the user experience in Windows 10, how things have changed in the way you use it. And before I even start this, I want to mention one thing, and that is that it's constantly changing. So the things that you see here, or the things that you see when you go into Windows themselves, may completely be different by the time you look at this, and they'll continue to change and evolve over time. First of all, Windows 10 in general is built for multiple device types. The same Windows 10 will run on a desktop, a laptop, a phone, a tablet, and even small things like a watch or a Raspberry Pi, for example. And Windows is continuing to build it more and more for more and more devices. There's now a tablet mode which is designed just for touchscreen type devices. In fact, if I look over here, there's a tablet mode button, and if I turn that tablet mode button on, and then when I go to the start menu, rather than all these menus over here, you would see all these tiles just like you would on a phone or a tablet. And so that's the new tablet mode. The start button itself has changed quite a bit. There's this now 2-pane window. It's actually kind of 3-pane window with this hamburger icon. Let me show you what I mean by that. I now have a pane over here with some system tools, and then I have a menu of programs over here, and then I have a set of tiles over here. Here's that little hamburger icon, kind of 3 lines that I can use to see more detail about these items over here. And so that the menu, the start menu, has changed quite a bit. It was gone in the Windows 8 version, but it's now back in Windows 10. UWP, or Universal Windows Platform Apps, are the Microsoft Store apps. And so these are a new type of programming. They look different, they feel a little bit different, and they are only distributed in the Microsoft Store. We're going to talk more about these things later on. The release structure has been changed. Rather than now a Windows 7 and a Windows 8 and a Windows 10, a Windows 11, Windows 12, we now have a continuing Windows 10 development structure, so that Windows 10 will be our Windows for a long time to come. We now have something called the Settings app, which is relatively new and is taking over from the control panel. Now the Settings app, if I click the Start button and go to this little icon here, Settings, you can see the Settings app come up here, and you just choose, this is kind of similar to the old control panel, but you can choose what area you want to configure. Now the old control panel is still here, but things are moving from the control panel to the Settings app over time. It's taking a little moment for it to come up. I'm not sure why it's taking that long. There it is. So the control panel is the one that we used to use, and now some of these items are still only on the control panel, some are now in the Settings app, some are in both. Cortana Personal Assistant is now here. That's this guy right here, this little circle. When I can talk to Cortana if I have a microphone hooked up, or I can click it.
I can learn to understand you much better if I can get familiar with the way you talk.
And there you go.
Permission to help.
Yeah, let's say maybe later. So it now wants me to talk to it. This is kind of Microsoft's answer to those home devices like Alexa and so forth. And then finally we have a new Action Center, and that's this guy way over here. If I click it, you can see that I have some actions I can take here, and I also get notifications up here, and this is new with Windows 10. So these are just some of the user experience changes. There are many more, but these are some of the big ones that jump out at you right away. Thank you for listening.